Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of NASCAR Radio. This is gonna be crazy. This is
Are you in
episode
are you in slow
103
motion?
of NASCAR Radio. What?
Are you in slow motion?
Yeah. It's a great show for everybody. I'm your pal Val. With me is amazing Jason. How are you?
Doing okay. I'm a little
Eh,
confused because I didn't expect us to be in this order, but
What do
I'm
you want
good.
to be?
You just threw me off,
Okay. All right. Put you back up there.
There we go. That's more like it.
And then man, the myth, the legend, PSA Hall of Famer logo and King NASCAR. How are you?
I'm freaking
By the way,
right
there
here.
you go.
I'm freaking.
And this is NASCAR Radio, where trading cards and racing meet. I would like to thank our sponsor, Penny America. We got a good show today. We're going to do a racing recap. We're going to talk about cars on cards. We're going to talk about the Goldin auctions. There's a few racing card auctions that ended, and then King's Court. So we have a lot of show and tell today. So if you're listening to the podcast, you might want to check out the YouTube channel.
You know what? And we got a little preview before we started, and there's a couple cool things coming. So,
Okay.
2 thumbs up.
And speaking of YouTube, if you will like, subscribe, ring the bell, you'll get notified of new content. As well, of course, like, subscribe to the podcast. Well, let's jump into it, gentlemen.
All right, trucks.
Yes, that was the second annual Brackley Roofing 200. That was Friday, June 24th at Nashville Speedway. Ryan Preece was our winner. Highest finishing rookie was Dean Thompson at position 14.
Yeah, that was it was kind of exciting race. It was exciting. The finish was exciting. It looked like there for a little bit that I think Zane Smith was going to take it away from Ryan Preece, but it just didn't happen, and Ryan Preece ended up winning. But still, it was a cool race.
Yeah, Ryan Preece, his cards are in 2018. He's in 2018 Dunruss with signatures. Of course, there's just the unnumbered number 25 and the 101, and the 2018 Panini certified number 19 base card there with different parallels and certified. I hate that certified was only those really 2 years, 16 and 18, but in 18 they have a lot of that shiny mirror. So you have the base orange to 249, red to 199, blue to 99, gold to 49, purple to 25, green to 10, black 101. Then you have the mirror, gold, purple, green, black, number 25 or less for those. And then there's the 2018 Panini certified fresh faces signatures, all numbered in the 99 or less for the parallels. In 2018 Panini Prism, but only driver signatures. There's about 10 different versions of that. And then 2018 Panini Victory Lane signatures, number 150, 99, and 101.
So, did you see in the race? Did you happen to catch Max? I think his name's Max Gutierrez, and he came in 8th. He's a rookie. I don't remember if this was his first truck race or his second truck race, but he's from Mexico, and he came in 8th. I thought that was very impressive.
Yeah, I missed that. I think I missed the race and I had taped it. But he's running the Inspectra Thermal Solutions Chevrolet.
Yeah, he did good.
Yep.
And they were praising him, giving him very high praise because they said he was hadn't been in trucks for very long, and he was trying to get just accustomed to the feel of the truck and the feel of racing with these guys because it's a different type of racing than what he's used to in Mexico. And he did real well. I mean, he did better than Haley Deegan.
Well, so he finished 8th. 9th was John Hunter Nemechek, then Matt Crafton, Derek Kraus, Ben Rhodes, last year's champion. So
Yeah, that tells you how well he did.
yeah,
Yeah, and Haley finished 28. She got in a wreck, I think late with like about, I think it's less than 20 to go. She got in a wreck and she ended up finishing 6 laps down in 28th. I'm just gonna shake my head and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm a hold on her right now.
definitely, I would agree with that. I wouldn't bail just yet, but I would. It's a hold right now.
Hold what you got.
Oh, yep. Next race, race number 15. There's two more races before the playoffs. It's going to be a Mid Ohio Sports Car Course, O'Reilly Auto Parts 115. That's going to be Saturday, July 9th at 1:30. And the stages for that are going to be end of lap 15, 35, and 67. Moving over to Xfinity, that was the second annual Tennessee Lottery 250. That was Saturday, June 25th at
Yeah,
Nashville Speedway.
I think that was also known as the first annual Justin Allgaier Stink Up the Show race.
Yeah, Justin Allgaier came in first. Austin Hill was our highest finishing rookie at position 8. Yeah, that was kind of, I don't say boring race, but
It
that was
was.
Justin Allgaier. I saw that one. Just watched Justin Allgaier.
Yeah, it
Stage
was just
1, stage
stage
2,
two win.
winner.
Yep. If Trevor Bain had all his troubles in the pits, his crew messed him up. Um, he came back, from being way down several times to finish second. So he might have had something for him if he hadn't had so many troubles in the pits. But that's neither here nor there now.
Yeah, we think we talked about Justin Allgaier a few weeks ago. I think he had won his cards are back in 2009 Press Pass. He's in the base Press Pass. I can't remember if that was a 2 series release, but it's showing card 156, as well as different parallels with blue and gold holofoil numbered to 100, the red number to 5. There's prospect pieces and prospect pieces autographs number to 50. He's also in the press pass signings with different versions of that, as well as 2009 press pass stealth card number 39. There's a chrome gold number to 99, chrome brush metal. I don't remember that one. That was number 25.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
It's a long time ago.
I've
The
slept
2000,
since then.
good.
So I've slept since then.
Yeah, a few times. 2009 wheels element undiscovered elements autographs. Ooh, interesting. Undiscovered elements. We'll talk about that series a little later on next race. Number to 130, and then number to 25, which I guess he signed in blue ink with '08 Archer Champ.
Mm.
And then 2009 Wheels Element, the playing cards. So he was the card number 1, I guess. Diamonds, hearts, spades, and clubs. Blue and red. Also says blue and red diamonds.
The blue and red is the backs. I
Yes.
forget. I forget which one. One of them came in hobby, and one of them was in retail.
Yeah, I always love that insert set because
Yeah,
they had that really. I mean, you can play cards with them. They have that feel.
they were real playing cards. They really
Yeah,
were.
nice to get autographed. I think I have
Mhm.
some. And then the main event printing plates for those were black, cayenne, magenta, and yellow. So that's Justin Allgaier. And just as a side note, did you see Junior Motorsports is thinking about moving up to Cup eventually?
Yeah, we've talked about that. Hopefully, he will do it. But like I said, I don't know if he has a non-compete with Hendrick.
That's true.
Oh, did you see in the Xfinity race about the only excitement that happened is when Noah Gragson and Ty freaking Gibbs got together and almost crashed. Gregson took the air off of the left rear of Ty freaking Gibbs' car, and he started spinning out. Then he came back into Noah Gregson, and they straightened each other out and kept on going. And Ty Gibbs ended up finishing fourth. So, but that was probably the most exciting part of the whole race. And not only that, I have my Ty freaking Gibbs shirt on too.
Modified.
Yeah, modified. I've got freaking right up here somewhere.
Right there.
I need to learn how to point.
Well, it's reverse or on
Yeah,
video.
I'm looking at
whatever.
the camera. I shouldn't be looking at the camera. I should be looking at myself. But anyway.
Right, moving on. Next race. 11 more before the playoffs. That's going to be race 16, Road America. How about it? Henny 180? I can't remember if I got a mistake in there, but that's going to be Saturday, July 2nd at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Stages for Road America 10, end of lap 20, and 45. Highest finishing rookie was Austin Hill. We've been talking about him a lot lately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just he's always there, and also shout out to Sam Mayer who finished fifth. He did pretty good too. I still say he's going to win soon. He's just going back into one. Yeah, he almost has to.
Yeah. Austin Hill, 2021 Donruss has a base and then the retro 88 design. So he has parallels of both those cards and all the different parallels. He's an optic signatures, and Donruss printing plates. Is in 2021 Panini Chronicles and Zenith autographs. That's it for Chronicles, and then Panini Prism 2021 signing session, no base.
He, for us at least, he is like the Ty Gibbs of 2022, because it seemed like every week last year we were talking about Ty freaking Gibbs, and now it's like I've seen that card so many times. It's like ingrained in my head now. It's every week, but that's a good thing.
Yeah, if you listen and watch the show for any amount of time, we're talking about these guys over and over. That again, most of them are all destined to go to the higher level. So we're talking about Xfinity, so moving up to Cup eventually.
Yeah.
And now's the time to pick them up. I think if I remember right, you picked up an Austin Hill rookie for like $2 or $3 or something.
Yeah, it was assigned. It was one of the black ones from Chronicles,
The
like
Zenith
or something. Yeah, it was like $3 or $4. But what I was just thinking, if there's three things I've learned from this show, it's Ty freaking Gibbs, Austin Hill, and to buy 2016 certified. It's like those are the things that have been so repetitious, but just again, in a good way. Yep.
Moving over to the Cup Series.
Oh boy.
That's right. That was race number 17. That was the second annual Ally 400, Sunday, June 26th at Nashville Speedway. Chase Elliott was our winner. Austin Cindric was our highest finishing rookie at position 7.
Yeah, we were happy that Chase won. My son and I were actually at that race. It had a 4:00 local starting time, which I don't know what the logic was behind starting that race so late. I mean, hey, we live in the South. Guess what? We have late afternoon thunderstorms during the summertime. And guess what we had? We had late afternoon thunderstorms, and we had 2 delays. And we got
And
yeah.
and if you're not familiar, if there is any lightning, it's a mandatory 30-minute wait.
Yep, and if another lightning strike hits again, they reset the clock to 30 minutes again. And that's what happened there. We had an hour and 4-minute delay for the first delay. It didn't even rain. We just had lightning. We could see it off in the distance on the backstretch. We could see it. But it, and of course they tell everybody to evacuate. Yes. Evacuate the stands for your own safety. No. Most people,
Everybody get
I would
under
say
the
about
metal.
50% of the people evacuated the stands, and they said, "Go back to your cars." And I'm like, "No, I parked like really far away. I'm not going back to my car." Tyler and I just stayed up in the stands and waited it out for that first one.
Yeah,
It,
I
it was a
got
good
home
race,
and missed it.
but then it got to lap 130. Was it? Yeah, 139 because it's a 300 lap race. 150 would have been halfway. Boom! The thunderstorm actually hit and drenched the track. They lost the track, and we were in another delay for 2 hours and 12 minutes. And they restarted the race at 9, I think it was like 9:04, 9:05. They restarted the race. Everything finally cleared out and got the track back and everything. And needless to say, we didn't get back home. I didn't get back home to my house till 3:45 in the morning. It was a long day. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. We had a great time. I got my Ty freaking Gibbs shirt there. Um, we saw a great race. It wasn't like last year with Kyle Larson out there leading 280 something laps out of the 300. Yeah, but the Gibbs cars, they dominated. And then Chase's car, once it got dark and they did that restart, his car came to life, man, and you couldn't stop him. So
Yeah,
it was fun.
awesome.
It was fun.
Yeah, they caught a little slack for the late start.
Yeah, we weren't happy with that when we found that out. That was so late because we already knew even if it had ran the normal time, we would have gotten home, late. But gosh, not 3:45 in the morning late. So
Yeah,
hopefully they'll learn from this next year. They'll start it at like a normal time, like 1 or 2 o'clock Central. So we'll see.
Yep. Chase Elliott. We've talked about him a few times. 2011 wheels element, card number 99. So,
Ooh, look at that.
yep. That's what the 2011 element looks like. That one has been autographed, and
How'd you get it signed?
I think I got that signed at the NASCAR Hall of Fame when Bill Elliott was being inducted. So that's just regular base card.
Meter base.
So that's what the back of the undiscovered helmet. So
How do you guys feel about, what do you consider his rookie card? Do you consider the 11 or the 16 stuff?
I like the 11.
11.
Why? It drives me nuts. I knew you were going to say that, but and I know you guys always say, and I'm with you most of the time, first card. But where is he at in 2011? Because obviously he's got something on, but what is he racing in 2011? Is he doing anything?
He's in Ocker or something like that, lower, not trucks.
Okay. So it's not as early of a picture as I thought then, but okay. So is there a gap of 5 years, or does he have other stuff?
So he has 2011, and then 2014 is when he was running Xfinity. But let me finish up here on the element. So There's a number 99. There's a green version, a red. There's the black number 35 and purple number 25. And then as we've talked about Chase Elliott in 2011 Element, the hobby boxes, each hobby box has one silver foil pack. And that's where you get that serial number to 35 or an undiscovered element autograph, which Chase Elliott is one of those. There's two versions. There's the numbered out of 225, which is what you're looking at here. And then there's a red ink numbered to 25. So the only way to get these are out of the hobby boxes, out of that silver pack. Now, I think Blowout has them for about $100, the wax boxes.
Yeah, they're still really cheap and affordable. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want to try to go out there and pick up a box or two, and because you can pull these and these cards, if you are into grading, they grade very well.
The base, yes, and you get one, maybe two a box of the base, and then also in hobby it has the green parallel, and then 2 point Jason for those that like Prism, maybe first Panini. There's the green numbered, I think 149. And if you want the two kind of asterisk is the 1997 Pinnacle Racers Choice number 34, which is Bill Elliott Holden Chase. So that's that version.
Yeah, that's his IRC, isn't it? You know where I'm going with that? His infant rookie card.
There you go. And then, but the press pass number 45 with Chase sitting in the car is more interesting, I think, because of the verbiage on it.
Yep. Look right at home.
Yeah, let me try.
It's amazing how they say, could this be a glimpse of a 21st century NASCAR champion? Yes. Yes, it is.
Episode of Simpson.
Yep, it is.
When we go to Nashville, we ask some of the old press pass guys about that.
Yeah, well, I'm going to ask them if they.
Who did that?
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll ask.
But those are the Chase Elliott cards.
Those are cool.
Next race. 9 more before the playoffs. Race 18, Road America. It's going to be the Quick Trip 250. That's Sunday, July 3rd at 3 p.m. And the stages for the race for Road America are end of lap 15, lap 30, and 62.
That'll be a good race. Hopefully the weather will be nice up there. But even if it does rain, they'll have rain tires.
Actually, it's going to be a great weekend for racing. I'm just moving over to the IndyCar Series. They're racing Sunday, July 3rd. That's a Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio. That's going to be at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, 80 laps. And then also moving to Formula One, race number 10, the British Grand Prix at Silverstone Circuit, Silverstone, Sunday, July 3rd, 10 a.m.
So that will be Lewis Hamilton's home Grand Prix. So if Max Verstappen wins, they're going to be burning down the track.
I don't know. Maybe Lewis wins this one. We'll see.
Is this at Silverstone?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. I hadn't looked. I just know that that's where they normally race.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's correct.
this is going to be a great weekend because it's going to be a 3-day weekend for most people. I know it is for me. I don't know about you, Jason. I hope you're off.
3 races on Sunday, so
Mm-hmm.
a lot of fun. All right, moving over to the next segment. Cars on cards.
I think I like cards with cars.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do too. I like
However you
Jason.
want to title it.
So, okay, so we've talked about these before, not too much, and I think that's because of something I'll bring up here in a minute. But so you can correct me if I'm wrong, but they're called raced versions cars, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first wave of 2022 came out, and I actually did not see them online, didn't see an announcement or anything. And these are from Lionel, correct? So it's not, this is not Panini related or anything like that.
Right.
But these are diecast cars, 1/64 scale, and they have come with cards previously, but they were just like logo cards. So they were almost like those F1 Mercedes-Benz logos, like that sort of thing, correct?
Well, they have had some other first win cars before. But
Well, I just mean so let's clarify, no drivers pictured.
I'm trying to remember. I don't know if they did or not. But
I don't think, for everything that I've seen, at least, I haven't seen any drivers pictured. So that's what caught my attention. So I saw these in Target sometime middle end of last week. So it's the 2022 Wave 1 9 car set. There's Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, AJ Allmendinger, Austin Cindric, William Byron, Ben Rhodes, and there are 2 of Kyle Busch. There's also a Chase. The Chase version is of Kyle Larson, and there isn't one that's sold on eBay, and it sold for right around $45. So the $7 or $8 cars from Target, if you get the right one, even some of the other guys, like I saw Chase Elliott's like $15. So I mean, if you are looking to flip, it's kind of double your money. But if you find the Chase, it's 4 or 5 times. But now that these have pictures of the drivers on the cards, if I'm a driver collector for the cards, but maybe not the cars, now I'm buying something else. So, we're not 100% sure if this is the first time that they've been pictured, but if not, I thought it was a smart thing for them to do, because I like Blaney. He's kind of been my guy. I don't really do the cars, but now I'm like, well, maybe now I'm going to have to get one to get the card, just to kind of have it and put it aside. So it brought me in as a semi collector, and now I'll probably buy one, where before I was a little bit more hesitant to get them because I don't need another thing to collect. But now that they're pictured, I might have to grab one up.
yeah, these are nice cars, and they have come a long way in the diecast market, making these things look realistic. Because I'll show it here in a little bit, but Racing Champions started in 1989 they had trading cards in their diecast packaging as well. But that's really neat here. And I've got here's Kyle Busch. We've got the Kyle Busch. That's got his Busch car, his Xfinity car. And that's one where he won the Pit Boss 250 race. And then here's the one Jason was talking about. I don't have the liquid color one, but that's the Kyle Larson car that you would be looking for, except it's a liquid color, and the car finish it's more of a chromium blue color instead of just the regular blue. I mean, you'll notice it. You can't.
There is a sticker on the packaging too.
Yeah, there'll be a sticker like up here somewhere that says liquid color chase or whatever. I forget exactly what it says, but it lets you know.
How rare is that?
Well, let me tell you how rare I think they are. I mean,
Yeah, that's a good question actually, because it doesn't say.
no, they don't. But
No,
I'm
it don't.
always looking at Walmart and Target, and I've only ever found one liquid color car ever.
I've not seen any, and not Walmart and Target for me, but I've seen a bunch in Meyer. And I think I went to a day where Meyer probably put out probably 3 or 4 cases worth. I don't know how many comes in a case, but I'm going to say 12 or 24. And there was not a chase to be found. I could have missed it. Somebody could have beat me to it, but, go with the odds. And, I doubt it. So,
Yeah. Now, this also begs the question now, if you're a card collector, do you bust open the pack to get the card, or do you leave it in the package?
you buy 2.
You buy 2, one to bust and one to keep?
Yep. So that was another thing. And I wanted to throw this back in there. I forgot to mention there are no rookies. That's the only thing I probably would have said, hey, if I'm planning this line in this wave, get a rookie. Now, he was the one I did look up. He has 2021 cards and then some 2018 stuff, I think. Because that was a guy I hadn't heard of. So I thought maybe he was a rookie, but he is not.
Yeah, so he won the championship last year.
Yeah, he's our truck champion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's the one who had that get
drunk
at the post championship reporter interview, whatever it was. It was awesome. He looks like one of those guys. If I could pick anybody, I'd pick in Clint Boyer and Ben Rhodes to go to the bar.
Yeah.
or just to have,
Gotcha.
invite over to the backyard and have some steaks and some drinks or whatever. Those guys just seem like super easygoing.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been cool to have, we talked about it already, maybe like the Austin Hill, like somebody that could have predicted. We at the beginning of the year said we wanted a lot more Lawless Allen than we've gotten. But, Austin Hill could have been a cool one, because then how much, in 10 years of Austin Hill is, Chase Elliott, then are people searching for this sealed item?
Right.
So Ty Gibbs doesn't have one?
Not with the trading card. He was in like series.
He was in last year's,
10. It was like wave 10 or something of 11 of last year.
That's impressive in itself, I think. Which I feel like NASCAR, you could do almost unlimited waves, but to do 10 or 11 waves a year, that's impressive.
Yeah, it is. But it's all due to what Dale Earnhardt started back in the day, changing paint scheme colors. Yeah. When he went with that Olympic car, and he went with that silver car for the 25th Winston anniversary. So he changed the game for everybody.
Everybody went nuts for that.
I don't even want to go off on a tangent, but could you imagine if they did this for F1 and put cards in with F1?
Oh cars? Gosh! Somebody in the U.S. needs to have that license, or Tops needs to get with Lionel and make some F1 diecast and have the trading cards. Oh, you wouldn't be able to find those things in the store; they'd be gone so quick.
See, I'm thinking of like starting lineups. We need with those cards,
which, by the way, are coming back in September.
Right, with NBA, but because I was looking to see, like with NASCAR, get a Ty freaking Gibbs starting lineup with a card.
That'd be awesome. Yep.
So, and I think I kind of talked about it before the show, but I'd seen some stuff on Twitter that NASCAR is working with Teresa Earnhardt on licensing for Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s image and on stuff, and I guess for like the Funko and some other stuff. So I'm hoping that eventually it'll transfer to some other stuff, maybe like trading cards. So
it almost has to, because I know we've talked to the guys at Panini, and they said they've got the memorabilia, they've got everything lined up, ready to go. All she has to do is say the word, and man, they're in business. But going back to our cards with cars, um, talking a little bit about some of the history of this. Back in 1989, I remember walking into our Target store, and of course, I was always looking at the toys, looking for whatever. And all of a sudden, I saw these racing cars that were NASCAR, and I saw Dale Earnhardt, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this? And I ended up buying everything they had that day, and then I went, of course, to all the other Targets in town. But in 1989 is when Racing Champions started producing their diecast with cards, and they were the first company, I believe, to do that, because before that you had Ertl and other companies that they just had, like Hot Wheels, they just had the car, the 164 scale car in the package. But that very first series that they made, there wasn't a whole lot of cars in that one. This is one of them, Bill Elliott, from that very first series. And as you can see, I'm trying to get this to where it doesn't look so much glare. But as you can see, those cars look pretty crude for back then. I mean, you look at the number 9 on the car, and it says Melling on it. It doesn't even say Coors or anything like that. But the way you know the very first ones is they had a flat bottom right here on the bottom. They didn't have the little bubble on the bottom where you could stand them up. So this was the very first series that had cars and cards back then. And what's funny is if you look at the back of this, of course, it says collect them all, but you can see it's got a Target price sticker, and I paid $1.99 for that back in 1989. So that was pretty neat. And then here's another one from that same year, Davey Allison, and it doesn't even have his name on the card. But again, you can see how crude those cars looked, and look at the number. It doesn't even look like his number on the car. But they, you know, they started out pretty crude, but they ended up being really, really good diecast cars. And over the years, there's been several companies that have had cards with cars. I know that Hot Wheels at one time had their Pro Circuit cars, which they not only had NASCAR, but they had drag racing. And of course, Kenny Bernstein, he was sponsored by Budweiser, but they just put King Kenny on his car. But I actually met him one time. As you can see, I got it signed in gold marker up there on the packaging. But they made these, and they had these silver chromium cards, which were really neat. And I remember everybody going crazy back when these things came out. I think it was 1992, and people were going really, really bonkers to try to find all these cars. There was like 17 or so, I think, cars that were in this series. There were NASCAR guys. I think Mark Martin was in there, Richard Petty, Brett Bodine, Rusty Wallace. Plus, it had like John Force was in there, Mario Andretti, Allister Jr., Rick Mears. So there were IndyCar guys in there as well. And I've got some of the cards. And don't ask me how I got these cards, because I honestly don't remember. But I've got some of the cards from that same set.
It's nice chromium.
Yeah, they're the little chromium type cards. So in a way, they were kind of ahead of their time.
What's the back look like? Oh, pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a nice back. That's card number 1.
Does it say who printed it? Was it Max or anything? It looks like a Max.
No, it doesn't say who printed it.
Okay.
But it does have that. It does have that chromium feel from what Max did. Gosh, I'm trying to get a good.
Yeah, with that chrome and
Yeah, it's shiny.
they're
It's so,
great in person kind of thing, but hard to video and scan and all that other stuff.
yeah, and here's Roberto Guerrero. See that? And that's these are really nice cards that Hot Wheels made in that very first series. Rick Mears. I know that Ken's going to like these when he sees them.
Ken will be out there if he doesn't already have them.
There's Michael Andretti. Like I said, I don't remember how I got these. I'm sure I bought them somewhere on eBay or something years ago. Allister Jr. And see, here's Scott Sharp. I think that's a Trans Am car. And see, do I have any more? Yeah, I got one more of those. And there's Kenny Bernstein. So, yeah, that's Hot Wheels made cars with cards, and also back then you had with Hot Wheels, they actually had some treasure hunts, and the hot people who collect Hot Wheels also know about the treasure hunts. You can see that there's a card with the treasure hunt. There's Jeff Burton on the treasure hunt, and I thought those were really neat. I think was I say one of 10,000 or something that were made. Yes, one of 10,000. But Racing Champions lasted for a while. They had all kinds of special cars and things. Here's one that I got, and I hate that the plastic is yellowed because I got Dale Earnhardt to sign it when he was here one time. But I thought that was pretty neat that Dale Earnhardt was in there. But I think Racing Champions made cars probably, I'm trying to remember, until the early 2000s, and then that's kind of when Winter Circle took over, and they had Dale Earnhardt's license and all that, and juniors and everybody else's, and they kind of took over the mantle from Racing Champions, and Racing Champions kind of just faded away. But some of the cool things that Racing Champions made back then, and this is in 2001. This is the only year that I remember them having an autograph series, and this card that I'm showing you is Jeremy Mayfield with a signed card. And
you can't be going nuts.
Oh yeah,
That's
he
his
will.
guy.
Yeah, Ken's he's gonna hate this episode. He's gonna be pinging me pretty hard. But I actually pulled this. I found this at a Target here in town. It's the one I ever saw, and they made. It's not like they had any real big names back then, because I think by then Dale Earnhardt was gone from Racing Champions. But in the autograph series, they had like Jeremy Mayfield, Bobby Hamilton, Stacy Compton, Ward Burton, Terry Labonte, Johnny Benson, and Ken Schrader. So it wasn't what I would say a stellar lineup of autographs, but the fact that they made so few of these, and I just honestly do not remember how many they made. I think it was advertised, but these were extremely hard to find, and you just don't see them anymore. So those are really neat. What Racing Champions did back then. Let me see what else I've got here that I can show you. Okay. Oh yeah, here's something that I know Val's going to like. They also Racing Champions did a bunch of Legends cars back then. I mean, they did people like Bobby Allison and AJ Foyt, Cale Yarborough, you name it, a bunch of them. But here's one that they did. It's Wendell Scott, and it's got a card.
Nice.
So that is a neat car right there. I've got a couple of these. I guess I'll probably send you one, Val.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So they also had a Legend series. So that's one of the things I love about Racing Champions. And they also made so many different promos and things like for dog food and all kinds of giveaways and stuff. So some of them are hard to find. But eventually Winter Circle took over, and sometimes they had cards with cars. Probably the coolest thing that they ever did was, I'm trying to remember what year this is. I think it's 2001. So you can see that they're competing already with Racing Champions. This is 2001. They had what they called the Team Authentics collection, and they were putting pieces of drivers' fire suits and pieces of sheet metal on cards with the diecast. The only thing I don't like about these is they kind of have the driver picture. You have to kind of look hard for it. It's kind of hard to see. It's kind of, I don't know why they didn't make the driver picture,
Yeah, it's
more
like a
prominent.
shadow silhouette in the background. I see.
Yeah.
When you rotate it, you can kind of see it.
Yeah.
So if you take that out of the package, is that swatch in the card, or is it just placed in there to when you opened it, it would fall?
I think it's in the card. And if you notice, if you look at it, the card comes in like a little plastic case.
Okay, it's hard to tell. So, okay.
Yeah, there's a little plastic case that's around it. If you look and see right here.
So
But this is a
turn it
piece
to
of
the
Yeah, I
sheet
side.
kind of
metal.
see it now. Okay.
Yeah, I actually got this card not too recently from our friend Joe Venuto, and I picked that up from him. But these are really neat. And then they also had, this is the sheet metal. Then they also had ones with fire suit, and this is going to be Mike Skinner. So you've got this card with a piece of the fire suit. So I can zoom in on it. You can see the, yeah, you can see it now. You can see the pattern of the fire suit.
Yep.
And they also, the Dale Earnhardt is also in here. I tried to find, I've got one. They took the Tasmanian Devil car that he drove, took a bunch of that body and cut it up into pieces and made cards for this set. And like I said, I've got one. I couldn't find it. It's back there somewhere. I was hoping to try to find that thing.
Aisle 3.
Yeah, aisle 30. But this was Winter Circle back in the day. They, like I said, they had Junior and Earnhardt, and they, of course, they had all the RCR, Skinner, Rusty. So they kind of took the mantle from Racing Champions. And then, of course, it took a while, but Winter Circle finally, they went out as well. And then, of course, now you've got Lionel, and now they're putting the cards with the cars. Let me see if I've got anything else I want to show you. Oh, talking about Hot Wheels, not to really jump around too much, but they've been doing it. I think this is from like 2001, 2002, or maybe 2005. I'm trying to remember. This is a luxury rides. It's a motor coach of Richard Petty, and it's got that card in the background. And the only way you're ever going to get that card is when you buy this particular die cast. So if you want that card, you're going to have to cut it out. And the good thing I like about these is they're in a plastic pack, completely plastic package, so everything is protected. And on the back, there's a window, and you can actually see the back of the card.
That's nice.
So that's pretty neat.
Very cool.
It is very cool. But there's a long history of diecast with trading cards, and you could get lost in it. I'll show you real quick, and I've got some Racing Champions trading cards I'll show you guys from like the very first few series. Like there's the Richard Petty card, and the thing about these is they're on just regular card stock, like you would have had with Topps. And on the back, it's very simple back. It just has an item number, and then it's got his name, where he's from, his birthday, which is coming up, and his facsimile signature. So those are really neat. Then you've got like Darrell Waltrip in his car, same thing. They're very. But also something else that Racing Champions did. Let me see if I can find. They at one point in time they had some 3D cards. As you can see, there's Sterling Marlin.
I forgot about those.
Sorry, yeah. But the thing about these is they're blank back. There's nothing on the back. So they're pretty neat, the 3D cards. Of course, 3D has kind of gone out of favor. You don't see 3D much of anything anymore. You see that lenticular stuff some, and there's Kyle Petty. And then here's one with Bobby Hamilton. He drove the Country Time number 68 car. Let's see. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
And then here's one more with Bill Elliott. So I thought those were neat. I went through and pulled out a bunch of stuff out of my collection to show you guys. They also, Racing Champions also made some chase cars back in the mid to late 90s. And I don't know where I got this card, but this is from, I think, the first car. I don't remember who the first car was in that set. But anyway, you can see it doesn't really show anything. It just says it's release number 1. You'd have to go look it up in 1997. And it's a blank back. So there's nothing really fancy about that at all. But it is kind of cool to have one. I bought that somewhere. And of course, Racing Champions, not only did they make NASCAR back in the day, but they made IndyCar and they made drag racing cars. They made some funny cars, and then they made some top fuel cars, and things like that. This is a Racing Champions funny car card of John Force from back in the day. And I'm sure Ken has probably delved back into some of those issues. Another cool card I want to show you real quick is the man, Dale Earnhardt, on Racing Champions.
Now, when we talk about these, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're not very expensive.
Oh no, they're not expensive at all. You can go buy these Racing Champion cars for just a few bucks for the most part for the common ones. They're not anymore, worth any more than they were when they were new. It seems like, in a way, that's really sad to me because, again, I can remember us loading up the car when Tyler was an infant and driving to Nashville or driving to Little Rock or going down to Jackson, Mississippi, and going to and these mostly were at Target. You mostly saw them at Target and at Family Dollar stores. And we would go to those places and just clean them out because everybody back then, again, it was like we've talked about before, it was the Wild Wild West, right? And everybody was going crazy on anything NASCAR, and people were going nuts for this diecast with the trading cards too. So it was no exception. So we like I said, we were going around like crazy looking for these things and literally buying them out. Here's another Dale Earnhardt card. I got two different ones here. Show them to you real quick.
I guess where I'm going with it is that if somebody's interested in this, it's not going to break the bank, and it's another. If you can, to Jason's thing, if you want another collectible, that it's another avenue that won't break the bank. It's fun. There's history to it. There's all these other great drivers and stuff. So
that's very true. And the thing that you have to keep in mind with these Racing Champions is, that I don't think, they were kind of like Topps used to be. They weren't worried about, cutting these cards exactly right and making sure they're exactly centered. As you can see, they're not perfect, but you can search around for ones that look really nice if you want to just take your time and look.
So going back to the cards, because that's kind of why we brought this on the show to begin with. Like, what is your thoughts? And this is for both of you. How do you think they were allowed to do cards with pictures of the drivers on there when Panini has an exclusive? Do you think it's that loophole of these come with cars versus they're distributed in packs? Do you think that's what it is?
It could very well be.
Yeah, I think it might not be the same, but if you remember how like Topps and Donruss and Fleer, Topps was with gum. Nobody else could do with gum.
Yeah.
And then one of them had stickers, and then one of them had the puzzle pieces, right? That's why Donruss had puzzle pieces.
Right.
That's why Fleer had stickers through that whole run. And it could be that they're not being sold in packs. There's not autographs or whatever it is. The primary delivery or the primary purchase is for the diecast. The card is just kind of a add-on, as opposed to Panini. The cards are the cards, is the draw. So I'm not a lawyer. Don't play one on TV either. But
yeah, I agree with you.
But that's my that would be my guess.
So here's a few of the Racing Champion Indy car cards, and they were a little bit more. They had a little bit more to them on the back of those cards. This talks about Emerson Fittipaldi being a Formula One champion and stuff like that. So, I mean, I can see where there'd be a crossover for some of the Formula One collectors to some of these cards. There's Bobby Rahal. I remember him coming to the Motorsports Park and testing one time, and I got to meet him. Al Unser Sr. and Junior. And look at that. It's got the Marlboro on the background of this card. And it still was in a kid's pack. And then there's Rick Mears with this Pennzoil IndyCar. And I think we've already showed AJ Foyt before.
But he's worth it twice.
Yeah, he is worth it twice. He's one of the greatest drivers of all time. But that's a quick look at some of this. I mean, that's a we've given you a really brief history of cards in diecast car packs. I mean, you can really, it's a rabbit hole. You can really go deep. There's so many different cards that are cards that Racing Champions made, that Winter Circle made, that Hot Wheels made. I mean, even Micro Machines had uh, cards with cars back in the day, like Johnny Lightning did too. So there was a lot of manufacturers that had them. So I mean, if you want to explore this, go back and look. You'll have a lot of fun just with this one piece of it. And again, this is just one small piece of this. So that's what I got.
Well, I was pulling out I've got one of the older Beckett's. Shout out to Beckett and Beckett Racing Price Guide that they also carry. If people don't realize it or not, that they have. I don't know if you guys can see any of that. Let me swap with you.
Yeah, there you go.
Kind of see. So you can use it for a checklist and pricing, and I'm looking here. Granted, it's all yeah. Get my Inspector Gadget here. So $4 to $4 or $5 to $12 high, and that seems like 4 to 8. So I'm looking at stuff from like 2004 Hot Wheels racing and 2003. So you can see, like I said, if you don't have one of these and you do NASCAR or I think the new ones carry F1, right? I think Lewis Hamilton's on the
Yeah,
cover of the latest one.
on the newest one, yes.
That
We haven't got that one yet.
Yeah, that you probably want to add at least one of these to your library. It doesn't have to be the latest and greatest if they're too expensive for you, but get a previous year. Prices don't change that much. They do in F1, but for the diecast and stuff like that, and just as a reference for your collection. So
Yeah,
it's one of the things I've always had over the years to be able to go back to. So
the high prices haven't hit this yet, so it's very affordable and it's very fun. I've kind of lost sight of it, but this has kind of re-piqued my interest in these cards thanks to Jason.
Well, as one of our, fellow hobby hotline guests, you collect what you want, kind of a thing, and it doesn't necessarily have to be for the high dollar. It can just be for the fun, for the chase, or whatever. So we're talking about at least going back to 1988 for Max with cards, and then in that time, the diecast. There's just so much to collect and different things to collect. So,
yep, this is just one aspect of it for sure.
But we just want to shed some light on that and kind of, if you weren't familiar, just kind of let you know about it, pique your interest, or something else to collect. So, but I don't know if we're going to move on real quick.
Yep, let's do King's Court.
Okay. And I was going to do Goldin, but we'll.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry, my bad. I forgot about that.
We'll do that real quick. I don't know if it runs into some of the King's Court, but that the Goldin auction ended June 29th. No, sorry. What was that, 25th? 26th? Was just a few days ago. And so you can see some of the pricing. I'm not sure if it's off some of the highs that we've seen, but the max for stop-in numbered 3 of 5 for 90,000. The Dynasty 2020 Max Verstappen 24,000. The Mick Schumacher 101 39,000. Lewis Hamilton for 20 of 2021 Dynasty, we have the 84 Panini, excuse me, F1 Grand Prix scratch and play, Senna, and then that was 43,214. This 86 Panini Super Sport 7,800. There is a Sports Illustrated for kids that was a BGS 9, went for 5,100. Actually, one of the guys from, I think it was one of the F1 groups on Facebook, he showed that was one of the folks, and that he had bought the sheet and cut it and sent it off and had that in auction. Now, the one that surprised me is this one here, this 2006 Futura Grand Prix. Next, of Lewis Hamilton. We've seen that card. What was that 200,000? That other one went for? That was like a 9 or something.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah. So this is at 20,400.
Yeah, for a 7.
Yeah. Surprised by that. And then this 2020 Topps Chrome Sapphire. This is the short print. It's not numbered or anything, but it's a PSA 10 for $2,640. The Max Verstappen 7 of 10, also from the Sapphire edition, short print, 28,000. Here's a 2016 Topps Trumps Grand Prix Heroes Max Verstappen rookie PSA 10 for 4,800. I think this one with 2 wax boxes. No, it must have been just one wax box there. But that Lewis Hamilton autograph for 22,800. The 55.99 Sapphire edition, 13,000. So still some, big money. Here's this Lewis Hamilton for 44,400. Carlos Sands, 2,500. Was that PSA 10 or 9?
I can't tell.
Yeah, I think it's I'm sorry. It's a 9 auto is
9.
10. So, but those boxes were what, like 5,000 or something?
They're more than that now. I think I'm seeing them on
for
eBay
2020.
like
Yeah, but you could get the Verstappen here at 3,100. Sorry, 31,300, and then there's a second page here, just like I said.
the scratch off, man.
Yep. So some 16, 7,000, 9,600 for Charles Leclerc. There's some more. Again, a lot of lose. Hamilton's in this auction for the Dynasty. What's that, like 2 or 3? I know this either 2020 or 2021, but and some of the other ones, 101. What?
That's big money, man.
Yeah. Yep. But just wanted to show that auction. I think they have a new auction going on now for July, so you can check those out if that's your thing. So
Interesting.
Yep. All right, and I guess we'll speed along here and go to King's Court.
Yep. Cue the music. All righty then. King's Court for this week. We'll start out with our Joker. And this is not just one card, but multiple cards.
50.
Yes, 50 to be exact. I thought this was kind of amazing in itself. This is from the 1991 Tracks Richard Petty set. And it's a 50 card set. And apparently, this is was a Probstein auction. Apparently, somebody got all of the cards autographed, and it went for 800. This is 50 cards now. Keep in mind, $810 with 35 bids. And I did a little Jethro ciphering, and I ciphered it out, and that's $16.20 an auto, which for the King is not bad, really.
Well, not even that. An auto plus a PSA
Yeah, exactly.
PSA DNA, that's at least $10, $15. So
Yeah, I mean it's going to cost you that much probably just to get the autograph authenticated. I mean, and that's on the lower prices back in the day, not now, because I've got a card in with PSA, that Richard Petty Dale Earnhardt card, and it's costing me $60 to get it done. So yeah, this was a good deal all the way around. But I just thought it was amazing that they had every single one of those cards autographed. I thought that was really, really neat. And if you notice, there are all kinds of different colors that were used, because I'm sure they were all done at different times. There's silver and blue and black and gold.
yeah,
So there's all different color autographs. So I think that in itself is pretty spiffy as well. But it's $16.20 in auto. Remember, guys, PSA back a few months ago had that deal where you could send in cards for $15 to get them encapsulated. So whoever sold this, I think they probably lost out some. I think they didn't quite make what they were hoping to make out of this.
well, they have to pay the eBay fee or pay the Propstein fee. So yeah,
Mm-hmm. So I think whoever did is lost.
I mean, even if they was a 5-10% fee, you're talking $40 to $80 for the fee to sell them. So that's,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I think that's a good deal for whoever got it.
Yeah, that was on the 22nd, by the way, of June.
The time to get all these autographed and then send them off to PSA and get them encapsulated and sent back. It was a win. Whoever got it. Again, it was auction. So
Agreed. Yep. Yeah, that's the chance you take with an auction. All right. Next up, our Jack of the week, our young driver. This was on the 28th of June, 2020. Topps Chrome Formula One. I believe it's pronounced Wanyu Zhao. I believe is how that's pronounced. It's a green refractor autograph, number 89 of 99.
This might be the first green that we've had.
Yeah, I think it might be. And it's a nice looking card too. I like the way that card looks. But it went for $600 with 38 bids. So I thought, in the grand scheme of things, that's probably not a bad deal. And it is a beautiful card.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
That green and yellow, that yellow and black fire suit on there. Yep.
Yeah. And it's ungraded, of course. This is just a raw card.
Looks to be in good shape. There's some fuzz, whatever, but it could be on the scanner or whatever. So.
Yeah, there probably is. I know mine kind of does that from time to time as well. All right. So next up, our Queen of the Week, and we don't talk about her too much anymore. This was on the 26th of June. It's a 2013 Press Pass 5-star signatures Danica Patrick autographed fire suit card, numbered to 25. And Jason, I was looking at that. That's part of the GoDaddy, but
yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out too.
But I'm trying to figure if it's right side up or not. I don't know.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either. It looks like maybe like the A out of Daddy or something.
Maybe. Now, what do you think about her? Now, she does commentary, and then she's starting to do commentary for F1. I've seen some, positive reviews of her, commentary and stuff like that on F1. So, she's kind of out of the spotlight, but now she's kind of back into the sport. I would imagine that would help her card values.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, she's done a good job on the F1 broadcast. I've been proud of her actually for that. But this card went for $263.99. Best offer accepted. They were asking $299.99. So
save 12%.
Yeah. So I don't think it was that bad of a deal. That's actually a pretty nice swatch. But I'm like you, Jason. I'm trying to figure out the orientation of that. And
so it's definitely a D, a middle D, like a lowercase middle D. It's definitely that. The confusing part to me actually is the green, because that A would be before the D, or the other D would be, you know what I mean? It's a letter prior to. It's not a green whatever. Did we just lose him?
I guess we did.
But that green thing is weird. It almost looks like a piece of tape.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming maybe they're the logo. Logos change over time. So you're thinking it's going to be a 2012 or 2013 logo for GoDaddy.
Well, I have a thing pulled up where there's,
But to your
multiple
point,
versions.
I can't remember how that GoDaddy, if it was Go and then that's the D in Daddy, or
Well,
if it
here, let
was.
me do. See if I can share it. See, can you see where my little mouse is on the right side?
Yes.
Okay, so it looks like I think it's the first D, like this right here,
Okay.
because of the
You
way
think
that A comes down.
you know what I think, Jason? I
I
think
think,
the fire suit zips down
huh?
in the middle. That could
Maybe
be from. There could be some green that overlaps in there.
green trim.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Where have I been?
Yeah.
I lost my internet connection for just like a minute or two. It was weird. It said, "Oops, something went wrong."
it doesn't look like a zipper, but you see how this
It could
this is
be
at
the
an
trim
angle.
though.
But see, it doesn't. That white goes down and then stops before the.
Oh, hold. Oh, it's
Is
not
it
trim.
is it Velcro maybe?
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
Yeah,
Because okay, so it is not trim, because I have a picture of her up, and it actually goes all the way across, and the little flap that would cover the zipper or the Velcro or whatever is like in tune with the logo. Like it's green, and then it's black and white, and then it's green. So to be continued.
Well,
Okay.
I think we can at least agree that it's the right side up.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, now that I'm back. Let's move on to our king of the week. This was on the 22nd. Lewis Hamilton 2021 Topps Chrome Formula 1 Auto Orange Refractor out of 25. And this was graded by BGS. It's got the card is a 9 and the autograph is a 10. This card went for $9,089 with 36 bids.
Stupid money.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that, Jason. I think some of these prices are just real high for some of these
Yeah.
cards.
So
I mean,
shipping is $60, and it's from Greater China to worldwide.
yeah, see, that's the other scary part about that. It's like, okay, it's coming from a whole nother country. Will I ever get this card? Who knows?
Right.
But anyway, that's an impressive price for that card. And like I said, it's a 2021. It's not even 2020. Well, no, yeah, it's not even 2020. Had to stop and think about that for a second because we've lost this 1 year on these things. I'm still
Yeah,
confused
you're
about.
right. It is in 2020. Wow.
Yeah, that's this year.
So it
Really?
was purchased and graded in the same year.
Oh wow, that could be a good selling point for other high end cards.
Yeah.
Like logo men and stuff like that. But anyway,
Yes.
I digress. Okay, so moving on, our ace of the week, our 101. This was also on the 22nd. A lot of stuff on the 22nd. Cole Custer 2021 Panini National Treasures
That's a
Auto
nice one.
Parachute logo. That's a cool card with that Hunt Brothers
Yeah.
pizza.
And we've talked about it several times, but that one is stitched, not the screen, whatever. However
Right.
you say that.
It's
Screen
not
printing,
clip
yeah.
screen. Yeah.
That one is actual embroidery.
Yeah, it's embroidery. But it's a really nice patch. It's Cole Custer. He's not one of your top tier drivers, but still, this card went for $300 with best offer accepted. They were asking $380 for it, so $300. That's not too bad. Um,
If you work for Hunt Brothers Pizza or you like Hunt Brothers Pizza, or that's a sweet patch.
well, as we know on the Nuts group, there are guys that have that collect all these different the same logos from the different drivers. So I'm sure somebody collects the Hunt Brothers Pizza logo.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad price considering that prize patch there.
No, I don't think so either. And it's like what Jason said. It's embroidered, which to me is a bonus.
Can we go back to Danica Patrick real quick?
Yes. All
Uh,
right, talk to me.
That doesn't help. I thought I had it. It doesn't help.
Oh,
Jason get up in the middle of the night. I got it.
So what I had thought was maybe the flat where it goes, maybe that green was the inside, like it wasn't tucked, it was pulled out because they were cutting up the fabric or whatever. But that doesn't work either. What is this? Okay.
Pull up some of her
Oh, I'm
press
already
pass
way ahead
cards.
of you.
All right,
he's
from
going to do some
2012.
research.
What's that?
Jason's on it. He's like a hound dog on a scent.
All right, yeah. He'll report back.
Okay, so our last card of the week, our highest priced Royal Flush card, is it was sold on the 27th of June. It's Max Verstappen F1 rookie card. It's Top Trumps.
Please tell me what these are.
Okay.
I've seen them, but I just have not put in the time to look it up and see what they are.
So this was kind of like, do you remember the KB sets and from the 80s?
They like the baseball players, KB toys?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
When they have those sets, they come in like in a little box.
Yep.
There's or cellophaned. So these Tops Trumps, they produce sets like that with themes. And they're packaged, and they're F1, there's snowboarding, there's entertainment,
cycling, which I have some
soccer,
cycling.
yes, and so they'll have themes, and
it's a game.
Yeah. So
look at Jason. If you look at the bottom of that, you see if Val can zoom in.
I saw something. Yeah.
They have the statistics of particular statistics, and you play a game based on these statistics. And I mean, I've never played the game, so I'm probably going to speak to it wrong, but it's a pack of cards that's a game, more or less.
Huh. Okay.
And you play. I guess you deal out the cards, and people, they try to, I guess, trump each other. Maybe.
Okay.
Would be, hey, hence the name Top Trumps, with having the best card.
Okay.
But this card sold for a buy it now price of $10,000. It's a PSA 10. And that is from the Top Trumps game of 2016. Oh my, to have a crystal ball and to go back a few years and buy a whole bunch of these. Because they used to be nothing in price. But that's a heck of a card. So that's this week's King's Court. Hope everybody enjoyed it.
I was going to show you. So there's
That's a neat one.
and there's the packaging.
Yeah, I did look them up. That wasn't the one of the ones I saw, but
So you know you have to worry about this package, this cellophane pack rattling around in this case.
well, the curved
The-
corners help too.
They do, but they don't when it gets shocked to one end or the other, and the
Okay.
whole one side of it is dented. I can tell you from experience.
Yeah, I've got some cycling ones that
And then
I've
don't
had
forget,
created that are like that.
their black border as well. So
Yeah, so getting a PSA 10 is probably not hard, but it's not going to be easy either.
if I put in tops, trumps, Grand Prix,
Yeah, you see Lewis Hamilton's in that same set, of course.
so there's some different ones here. So Moshi Monsters, Despicable Me 3.
Yep, Star Wars, Toy Story. They've got, I mean, all kinds of,
Yeah,
and
they
this is
really
very,
do.
very popular in Europe, especially
That
like in
makes more
England.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where they come from. They're not readily sold in the United States.
That was the last one, right? The Max Verstappen.
Yes, sir. That was the last one.
Okay. Sorry, we took a little detour here, a few different places today. So, but well, gentlemen, if we don't have anything else, we can wrap it up for today.
One more thing. Hashtag skid marks.
I have one more real thing.
Okay.
So, one of the shows, I want to say 2 weeks ago. Was 2 weeks ago, Mike? Okay,
Yeah,
three
I think
weeks
so.
ago. Maybe 3 weeks ago. Anyways, we brought up the Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt card that was obviously not signed by Richard Petty.
Yes, the 1992 tracks,
Okay.
dual autograph.
So, shortly after the show, because it bothered me because I saw that it was being sold by Burbank. And I've always had a great relationship with Burbank. Not that they know me, but I've sent so many cards to them and gotten paid, and it's always been a quick, easy process. And I've never heard a bad thing about them. I actually tweeted to them and tagged you guys, and you said that we didn't think it was a legit autograph, and they took it down. So I just wanted to commend them for that. A couple weeks after the fact, but no issues, no argument. They just took it down, and I don't know what they did with it since then, but at least for the time being, it was taken down. So I was very happy with them for that.
I bought a lot of stuff from them. That's awesome to hear. I had contacted them before, but not through the podcast brand or whatever. I don't think, maybe it was. I don't know, but that's awesome that they were pulled that down. So
Yeah, kudos to Rob and Ryan and his crew there. That's a good thing that
Yep.
they did.
yeah, I hate they got wherever that came from, and I'm sure they purchased it from somewhere. But if we can reduce some of the fakes out there for that, that'd be awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a nice job for you to do that too, Jason. Kudos.
So, okay, now I'm done.
All right, I guess from me and the guys, thanks for listening, watching. Check out the archives where you can find some of the other subjects that we've talked about, some of the older card sets. So, but until next week, um, plenty of racing on Sunday. So we will catch you next week. We're out of here.